What is infrastructure monitoring? A few years ago, companies were just beginning to explore the cloud. In the early days, outsourcing infrastructure promised savings on overhead and maintenance costs, but nobody knew yet how reliable it was when it came to high-value workloads and sensitive data. As a new generation of cloud-native companies has proven the scale and economics of hosted infrastructure, platforms like AWS have moved towards the mainstream and become more robust, dependable, and secure. Now, even traditional enterprises are running large parts of their business in the cloud. However, being cloud-ready also means losing some control over operations. Today, applications are made up of an increasingly complex web of interdependent services, all interacting to perform millions of tasks per second. The cloud offers product teams greater agility to respond faster to customers and to the market, but highly elastic infrastructure and wide distribution of software components has gone from what used to be called virtualized IT to an almost ephemeral collection of resources that constantly shifts shape and size. Ultimately, the only predictable thing about modern applications is change. As you grow your cloud-based architecture and produce more and more data, visibility is certain to become a challenge. At any given moment, how can you tell which parts of your systems are up or down? When you rely on multiple networks to process crucial workloads, how do you know if throughput is affecting performance? Which parts of your data store are about to become overtaxed? Is CPU an issue, or memory, or disk? If a single node falls in the forest, does it make a sound? In too many cases, the answers to these questions come only after your customers have experienced a problem. Today's consumers expect 100% uptime, and business users don't forgive SLA slippage. In an always-connected world, latency or an outage not only costs lost revenue and time and resources to find and fix the problem, but also potential damage to your brand and reputation. Luckily, there is a solution. A modern approach to cloud infrastructure monitoring brings together all the metrics and events that tell the full story of your system's performance. Rather than siloing the rich, diverse data from your infrastructure, storage, networks, containers, and all the services that make up your application, today's product teams need a complete and aggregate view of the entire stack in one place for everyone. Your best bet for an effective DevOps regime is to monitor trends within your environment and put the right resources in place before an issue becomes a problem. There are 5 key factors you should look for in a monitoring solution. 1. Analytics. 2. Relevance. 3. Ease of use. 4. Speed. And 5. Scale. First of all, analytics are crucial to monitoring cloud infrastructure. Where traditional metrics tracking built in-house with tools like Graphite and OpenTSDB could help an SRE spot anomalies in a static environment, today's systems are more complex and the challenges are more subtle and pervasive. Health checks and arbitrary alert thresholds don't give a complete picture of the potential impact of a change, and when they do, they're lagging indicators of a problem your customer already sees. What's the use of finding out only after a change has wrought havoc on your system and ruined your customer's day? Analytics help aggregate time series data from multiple sources for a better way to explore what's going on across systems. By computing and visualizing rates of change as percentiles, moving averages, or standard deviations relative to historical benchmarks or other parts of your system, you can isolate the issue, measure the severity, and correlate the root cause with the outcome you're observing in real time. Seeing unusual trends as they emerge is the competitive advantage every team needs, since the ability to spot and fix even a subtle but ongoing change in latency, load, or throughput is key to remaining aggressive. When it comes to your operations, analytics help you move fast but with a safety net. Second, monitoring and alerting must be relevant to your specific environment and flexible to your needs. Adding dimensions to your metric data adds specificity down to the host, device, or any other meaningful unit. Greater definition and granularity make it easier for any user to filter, group, compare, and troubleshoot components, either systematically or on an ad hoc basis. Third, monitoring must be approachable and easy to use. For a monitoring system to be effective, the mathematics and customizations can't wait for a data scientist. High-definition graphs, pre-built dashboards, and straightforward analysis tools that don't require a dedicated query language make the data more comprehensible and a true source of collaboration. After all, the goal of DevOps is to bring operations to the rest of the organization so that quality and agility are more closely coupled. Fourth is speed to insight. What's the use of all this data if you can't act on it until after the customer has experienced some change? Once you've determined the data pipelines and alert thresholds that accurately characterize your system's performance, you really need to see that data in real time and get notified of an issue to start taking action. Monitoring with Graphite, OpenTSDB, and even most new school services require time to send and load data, run queries, then visualize the outputs for a significantly delayed view of systems change. Processing time can be cut by rolling up the aggregated data right as metrics are being sent from your environment, not waiting to compute the data in storage. When it comes to eradicating a problem, every second counts. Fifth, your monitoring must scale with your business. The motivation for adopting a cloud strategy in the first place was flexibility and growth. The same rules should apply to your monitoring solution. Time to insight can't slow down as data velocity and dimensionality increase, and you can't afford for time series storage costs and system maintenance to put a cap on knowing when and where there's a problem. Similarly, alerting rules should sustain growth in your environment. Imagine the potential for catastrophe if your thresholds arbitrarily changed as you scaled up or down. To learn more, check out SignalFX, the most advanced monitoring solution for cloud infrastructure and applications. Our team previously built the analytics system monitoring more than 22 trillion metrics per day across hundreds of thousands of systems on 500,000 servers at Facebook. Now we provide monitoring as a service to help operations and product teams of all sizes manage their cloud environments in production. Get started now with a free trial.